Hello. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. My name is Gold Vision. Today's a bittersweet day. Some of the big-time developers of PlanetSide are leaving. Andy Sites and Carto. Everything's changing. World's changing. But we're all still here, wherever we are. Connected, not by choice, just by coincidence, really. And there's supposed to be a ceasefire going on, and some kind of big chaotic battle to follow, but sometimes the ceasefires in the game don't last as long as you'd hope. I know it's probably strange coming from me. I can't revive that guy, but I would. If I could. We're on Esamir, on the East server, which I don't have a real character. So I'm level 3 just by showing up and getting here. Everybody's here just to have a good time. That's the whole game, the whole PlanetSide experience. It's a good time. And hopefully it'll just fill up the server and we'll get to watch all kinds of chaos unfold. The hard work of the developers of this game just consistently paying off. It's, you know, contemporary, massively multiplayer games are those chat rooms, those extended chat rooms of the 90s, except with so many different opportunities to encounter people in serendipitous and collaborative ways. I don't know if there's a plan. I think there actually is a plan, and I think within 20 minutes it was supposed to really kick off, but people are kind of bleeding forward. Building bases and watching things from the safety of this Colossus tank up here. So yeah, it's a bittersweet day. That screenshot, that's the thumbnail, was happening moments ago, but I think it all cleared out and everything. Everybody's moving. There were some bastions up in the sky moments ago. I don't know where they're going to now. It looks like things are happening now. The bastions are hostile. They're up here. And we're at the Shattered Warp Gate. That's this guy. Just not the focus right now. I think, yeah, actually my whole team's over there. So, let's go check them out. Let's go see what's happening. For those commenting about PlanetSide 2, I definitely love this game. I love to jump in whenever I want. I've played a lot. I played a lot of it before I even ever started making videos. And so the growing experience, the different things that happen in this game that make it so unique. I have not done a good job of documenting fully. Just because I didn't even have a functional computer when I first started. And so in the time in between then and now, as people accumulate, grow up and they get stronger and better at participating in this crazy world. I don't know. There's a lot of different rules going on. was a friendly hit. Hey, how's it going? So this is just a heads up. This is not your traditional gameplay experience. I didn't want to be part of the send off, the celebration. I don't know a lot of other games where anybody could just jump in and be as equal part of the game as everyone else. You obviously can have a little more impact if you've been spending resources and developing your characters through knowledge and skill, but you're not limited arbitrarily. And today's an opportunity for everybody to just share what they enjoy about the game. Because these are milestones. As the guard changes, and as our teams change and advance, take on new identities and see what's important about the ones we already have. These are all different teams of players. Things are getting spicy. What you'd expect. Not sure who that was. I'm just sleeping here. So, just getting a guide here on how to play, which is fun. I think it was Carto who was just talking on Archie's stream about how hard the new player experience is. And today would not be your ideal day. People are getting yelled at for fighting, which is, you know, that's the kind of thing that I like to see. I like to see a peaceful collaboration between, you don't see this, the red, the blue, and the purple team all working together to create cool screenshots, cool visuals, and obviously those are dissenters. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on. We normally don't play together this way. I think that's a electrical storm. Am I invisible? Yeah. It's the kind of stuff we saw in the trailer. Running around on top of enemy flying vehicles and jetpacking from plane to plane. I have no idea what my network connection will do with this, and it should be standard, normal experience. But these are just things that you'll never get to see unless you look for them and take advantage of the opportunities when they happen. I think there's something happening here. Pretty soon things will probably just start exploding. There's a question about why I like PlanetSide so much. And there's a lot of reasons, but I think the big part is that you can go from signing up and then having access to most of the game's experiences within seconds. Like there's not, as soon as you have the game installed, you can be in this fight. There's so many games that are classist and like this opportunity for you to invest hours and days of your time just to get access through gatekeepers, just these arbitrary gatekeepers of experience points, bars, and action points or whatever. These arbitrary restrictions. And I guess PlanetSide 2 is like a Pandora's box of what happens if you just open that up. You let anybody do it. You let anybody. The moment you show up, you can get one of these cars. You can just walk up to a terminal and start flying one. Space cars, these, jeez. It's getting pretty colorful as well. A lot of effects, a lot of fireworks. But as far as the social aspect, normally you can just be in a big room with a bunch of other people working toward a common goal. And you can perform at your own level without the entire game fluctuating. You can enjoy the whole time as long as that's your attitude, as long as that's the goal. I feel like so many other games require you to just objectify your experience extremely so. And then in exchange they'll give you just a carrot on the stick, just like a slight upgrade or improvement that will allow you to actually function within the game a little bit. As it stands, this game encourages you to just jump in and then start playing with other players, to not really think about how you're going to personally change the whole world like a deeper RPG story. It's just the story of the driver of this car doing what they're going to do. And every moment of it, they own it. Because the world's so big, you're not ever restricted. You're not stuck in some path or some hallway for the duration of the fight. Because that's what that map's designed around. You and your team can move the fight wherever you want to. This vast island that's so big that you don't have to feel trapped. And that new dynamic tactics can evolve around it because it's so vast. It's not, there's clearly the one way to go and these doors are sealed. Things are constantly changing and improving. And I can jump in whenever I want to. I don't have to, as I did with, I hate to disparage any game because I feel like the artists and the developers behind them are just trying to make the best thing they can. And sometimes the designers are trying to achieve goals that end up being incorrect or not ideal for gaming. But there's been games where I stop playing for a week or two and then you lose the progress and then your character isn't given bonuses and then you start to slip and start to fall behind. And then you encounter greater gatekeeping problems and issues. And it's very discouraging for games to be like that. When this one, I've never felt like I was being restricted by anything but my own participation. However much I wanted to participate. That's throwing me off a little bit. That turret pointing up here. If you're just joining, I don't know what's happening. There's a ceasefire, so I felt like I should be part of that, seeing it. There's people shooting fireworks. There's TR and NC and VS forces all intertwined. It looks kind of like the VS Forces are the most aggressive, which is strange. But we're also on the East Coast server, the Emerald server, which I don't have a character developed in. So, and I'm not really trying to advance on the server just because of the latency. It would be unfair to myself and my opponents to work on such a thing when I have such a robust character on a different server, whose skills and development have been developed around increasing the breadth of my character's skills instead of the depth. Things being more dynamic and enjoyable because of it. There's mention of PlanetSide back in 2013 and 14, which it was a different game, even though it was the same game. I don't know how to treat living games like these. The ones that they're not the same year to year, world to world, season to season. It might have the same release date, but I'm thinking the ceasefire's over. And the battles begin. They saw me. I was just stealth there, yeah. Looks like, yeah, ceasefire. That's the message that you get after you've been blown up, is that the ceasefire has ended. I don't know what we're doing or if there's an actual goal with the time that remains here. But I wanted to be part of the send-off. I don't know if they're doing pictures somewhere in particular or if there's any particular game that's happening. That might have been an unhealthy destination too. But I'm glad to be here. PlanetSide 2 has always felt like just a big party, especially after a continental battle and you're at the warp gate and everybody kind of knows. It's just like perhaps a sporting event where everybody rushes the field and you can be part of that if you have, 2 hours to spend, half hour. And you're following the alerts PlanetSide 2 account. We have 13 minutes on this alert. I don't know what's going to happen next. Doesn't look like things are too bad. Redeploy. There's a mention of Rel, who is, I believe, taking on some pretty important roles now on the PlanetSide 2 staff. And he's definitely been a representative of the community. I honestly don't know what his world's like right now. I don't know if I should jump over there. Just because he's got a lot of responsibility, but he's also from the outside. So he's got a lot on his shoulders, and I think there's a lot that people expect from him. And I've been playing this game for so long that it's hard to understand if things are need any kind of specific directional change. It's kind of always just been trying to be its own thing in spite of the community of gamers who prefer those very strange, specific, objective experiences I was talking about. Games that don't offer you the amount of options and create player versus player environments that just really optimize the experience. You're never waiting in a cavern for the game to start. You're never starting over to try to complete an objective. It's an ongoing war that you're constantly a part of from the moment you log in to the moment you log out. And you can participate to the extent that is best for you. Speaking of which, I gotta make sure I don't do anything dumb. You know? Like this. Go ahead and try to get Whoop. Oh, I'm such a low level. It's gonna take me forever to heal on anybody. I forgot that I'm pretty ineffective medic right now. It does look like we're just doing a normal battle now, trying to conquer enough territory in the last 10 minutes. But I remember I did a camera test in 2013, and the player base was different back then too. Everybody was much less familiar with the way things worked, and things hadn't been optimized for different certain kinds of conflicts. And I remember we were on Indar, and we had just finished up a base. We had just taken it, and it was tons of infantry. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know why we have people on Indar. I believe it was seabed listing post or something around here. And we just started running in this big path. I think it was from here to here, the solar plant to this depot. And we just it was this crazy thing to witness, all these players excitedly running straight toward the next objective. It was clear where we had to go, and it was like clearing rooms in a much smaller game, except you're clearing an island, a continent. And the pacing was just so fantastic to be a part of. So I don't know. I have been, as you hopefully know, I've been really always looking. I've been looking to make sure that I've got a diverse gaming experience, because I don't like games that demand all of your time, that tear down the gaming community by forcing them into just strange obligations. Let's just pass that. But there's so many different experiences, and I try to say that I'm an experiential gamer, that I focus on that feature. It was reckless. I kind of wanted to change the scenery. I guess I'll keep the scenery though. Oh, see points down there. It's fun. I want a diverse amount of experiences. I want to be in an aircraft. I want to jump out of the sky. I want to watch stuff like this. What's even happening here? I need a longer gun. Yep. Excuse me. It looked like I kicked that thing. I hope I didn't. Do a little stealth. Hang out by this tree and look up. I want the diverse experiences, and PlanetSide 2 offers that. It's harder now because I don't kill people. I don't attack people, so a lot of vehicles are less significant in my world. Even though it's incredibly fun to to witness what they're doing and be part of it too. Mag Rider. I think we're losing this space. It's unfortunate. I think that's TR. These are all TR, but I'm sure lots of people have jumped on to play this server just for this event, and they can. They're not stuck in the starting zone trying to learn how to play, trying to get their character up to a point where they're respectable. There could be a brand new player in one of these right here, going after the Bastion. There were at least 3 before. I don't know what's been happening. I'm not in the leadership part of this server to an extent. Yeah. That's a big one. I'm in a really unhealthy or unsafe place right here and right now. These are all enemies. And there's no ceasefire, so I'm just doing my normal dumb stuff. Paying attention. And being a part of my world. Okay. Normally I do pretty well until I call attention to it. This bastion's still up. Looks like the last one. And we're trying to take over bases. You can also have a diverse battle experience. You can go from close quarters combat to just sky to an armor battle. You can, if you wanted. Oh, no. Gotta jump on my own grenade. I normally have healing grenades, but my character doesn't have them unlocked. I don't think. Yeah, I don't have enough certs because I'm new, so I keep throwing what I think is a healing grenade. I haven't hurt anybody, thankfully, except myself in that case, but that's neither here nor there. We just lost this one, which is rough. And I don't think this is something that has. This is a player-made base here, and that's the other feature. I gotta stop being a medic in general right now because it's gonna get me hurting somebody. These were all placed by players that built this dynamic, personalized experience. To add just more diversity to the game. However, players are gonna try to take the space. They'll have to develop a new tactic. It'll be fresh, because the space is fresh. Yes. It's true. Yep. Someday when I'm comfortable with base building, I'll do some kind of base building experience video. I do wish I could streamline the new player experience just because I think that's one of the most fun parts of this game is just doing everything new for the first time. And that's also the plight as somebody who's played it so much, is that no matter what, I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to do my first drop pod launch, or my first gal drop, or my first tank one-on-one. But I would like other people to get that, and get in and get out with whatever experience they're hoping to have, because there's so many here. Do I have a squad? So I'm not taking it too seriously right now, just because I'm kind of confused, really, what all is happening out here. And I don't want to jump back into a scythe because it's just dangerous. We can keep appearing here and see this out. Anyway, I did want to say, in case anybody sees, that I'm really thankful for the efforts that all the developers have done making this amazing game. I totally plan to keep playing it. Even my connection quality up there on the top left isn't good either. And that's because I'm connected to the East Coast server. So I don't encourage you to play on a server that is not compatible with where you are. But I'm really thankful for all the great times that this game provides. And how alive everything feels. It's not just some stuffy NPC telling you that you won the battle. The only people that you're up against are people who are real. So that battle's real, and those victories are real. Not artificial in any way. I don't know if the game is completely balanced. I do think changes happen frequently enough that you end up with a balanced cycle of trying to manage that bit. I don't know where else to get this experience. As fun and chaotic as it is. That's it. That's Blue Skies. Congratulations to the NC on Emerald. I don't know the server dynamics really, and I'm not too worried about it. I hope that everybody over here on Emerald's having a good time. I hope that if you knew about Andy Sites or Carto, you could probably say goodbye wherever they're broadcasting stuff. And I'm thankful that I can share this game with people. I'm looking forward to where PlanetSide's going in the future. Thank you for watching. My name is Gold Vision. This is PlanetSide 2. And I hope you have a good night.